10 weekend seminars that took people on a journey from discovering purpose and through prayer, through understanding your gifting, all the way to doing it in a very healthy way. So looking at emotional health and finally looking at physical health for ministry. So what was kind of interesting, when I took the weekend seminars, all the feedback we were getting from there, that they were very interactive, it was cross-cultural, cross-denominational, and people were learning together, lots of interaction, which doesn't normally happen. So I wanted to capture that atmosphere, but then to put it digitally, so to create the similar kind of interaction, but do it in a digital way. So what we've come up with, we have a series of modules that people will go through, and they'll have like an e-learning module, but they'll have a workbook that they work with. So they're directed by questions and thoughts and directed to particular parts in their workbook to write their experience down. And at various points they're then asked to share their learning, kind of what the Father's given to them, what God is revealing to them through that process, to share that with a learning partner or a trusted friend. And then we also come together as groups of people learning together with video and video conferencing and live seminars. The main thing, I think my whole heart is to help Christian believers, wherever they are, to find out what it is that God specifically has for them. And whether that's in church, in ministry, or out in business, wherever God's got them, it's to find out their purpose. And then to do that in connection with other people. Because we're not an island, we're supposed to work together with others. So it's to kind of make that happen. So part of the experience is to help people to discover who they are in all elements of themselves, to work out where it could be that God's directing them, then to look at the power of prayer, because that's going to be the thing that's going to help people to connect to the Father. And then it's looking at what has God gifted you with, so the spiritual gifts for ministry, so really understand that. And then we're going to look at emotional health. So we do it a little bit different on the programme. So in year one, we'll look at emotional health and why that's important, mind, body and spirit. And then we also look at active love in action. So it's about taking the love of God and taking it out to people who wouldn't expect to do that with. So that's a bit of a journey for people. And then in year two, we look at faith. We look at overcoming the battle of the mind. So when you know what you've got something to do and that inner voice tells you you don't need to, it's to how we handle that. And then we also look at spiritual gifts part two, but so what has God, what am I supposed to do with my gifting? So what is your particular call? And then we look at emotional health in terms of maintaining it, and then finally physical health. So that's the journey. And we put you into learning partnerships, so you work and journey with other people, and it's just about exploring what it is that God's bringing to you, but then taking action with that, because you are gifted for action. You're gifted to go out and do something with your life, and so it's to get you ready to do that. We support you, empower you, and find a way to help you to do that.